There's nothing worse than the second of the month coming around and realizing that your tenant did not pay the rent. And I know as a landlord and as a property manager and as a property management software developer, I understand what it means not to collect your rent, but I also understand the feelings that go behind it and what has to happen to get everything that you need to do completed so your tenant does pay the rent. And unfortunately, we're dealing with a situation. And I know I'm in this business for almost my entire adult life, and everything has changed right now with technology. It's at our fingertips. And now you can deliver an N4 and do the certificate of service in less than 60 seconds. And it is absolutely amazing. I deal with thousands of landlords and property management companies all across Canada, and evicting your tenant is probably one of the most difficult things to do when a tenant has not paid rent. So at LandlordEzy, we actually developed automation software to handle this for you. And it all starts with the rent rolls. And when you manage your rent ledgers, it's so simple. I set it up this way because I help landlords and I help property management companies streamline all of their systems and their operations. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to give everything for the landlords and property managers at their fingertips, because in this business, information is key. Having access to it and moving really fast is so very important, especially when your tenant did not pay the rent. So this is the brains of the entire operation. So you can see as we scan through this page, we have a lot of data here, but once you start getting through it, you're really going to understand it. So I'm going to give a complete outline in a different video, but this video is getting the N4 out in less than 60 seconds. And this is probably one of the really coolest features that I've ever come up with. They pay a total monthly rent of $2,000 per month. So we can see right here, they're $2,000 behind. If we're going to go mark it as rent is paid for August, we would just click this button, but that's not happening today. This is how easy it is to collect your rent. We have a full automation suite just on rent collection processes. So if you have 200 tenants, it'll take one team member less than 30 minutes to collect all of your rent. That is unheard of. Believe me when I say this, but you have to watch that video because it's really neat in how we did it. So now we realize this tenant did not pay rent, but I just want to get a second layer of information here just to make sure that is really legitimate. So let's scroll down to the rent and lease section. So another thing that is all connected in the system here is the rent reporting to Equifax. This is vital. And now tenants know this, and they get the alarm bell, they get the notification and the emails, and they know that if they don't pay the rent, it's also getting reported to Equifax. So there's so many different layers of protection here. So now that we realize that this tenant did not pay rent, you're going to scroll down a little bit further and you see a button here that says generate N4 notice. So we're going to go ahead and click this, and a new page pops up. So it propagates all of my data, and it's literally brainless. It really is. The AI that we have developed behind the scenes here is just absolutely incredible, and it understands everything about the tenants. It's just absolutely amazing. So here we are. So it shows the date and the timeline. So you don't need to really do anything because it's fully automated. That's what's really great about this. So now we're going to assign it. And then once that's done, we're going to review it. So here you are. So you have your N4, you get the full proof. You can check it out before it goes out. Make sure there's no errors, but I'm certain there's going to be no errors, although I cannot guarantee it. But we have run this cycle thousands of times, and we have not seen any errors or glitches. So this is it right here. Here's your N4. So now you take a look at the left side panel here. If you made a mistake, you can re-sign it. You can delete it. You can start over. You can edit the details if you need to. If you want a paralegal to proof it, you can go ahead and do that as well. That's an option. And you're serving the tenant. So this is very important. It's the next step that we built into the automation here. So there's different ways of serving your tenant. So you can do your mail, you can do your in-person hand delivery, your email, etc. And so what this does, it actually gives your times of delivery, and it also fills out your certificate of service, which is amazing. You're going to see this happening in the moment here. So in this case, we're going to deliver it by email. But if you were delivering it by mail, then you're going to add an extra 5 days. But guess what? The system knows this, and it's that smart. So it's going to add that extra 5 days to your termination notice to your tenant. But in this case, let's do the email. We have to make sure, and that's what this disclaimer is right here, that the tenant has agreed to in writing to receive emails. And also, I want to touch on just really quickly is our system also has an automation system on getting the tenant to agree on accepting emails. We're going to click on mark as served and generate certificate. So once we do this, the system has the N4 right here. And if you click this button, you have the certificate of service fully filled out. And now you're documenting it into the system. So landlords, this is so easy. You have to use this. It is very, very important. We created these items to simplify the processes for landlords and property managers. So thanks for watching, landlords. My name is Paul J. Rouillard. I am the founder of LandlordEzy. I'm the designer. I work with the whole web developing team. We customize profiles for property managers across Canada. And for landlords, we have many landlords who have over 300 plus units. They want some certain things like that. We do it all for you. So thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful day and happy landlording.